Hello there, how's today? I'm Megakid. Alright, today we are going to talk about the Nijisanji shareholder meeting that actually kind of like, in some words, reveal a lot, but actually more so that I do feel that there is a few piece of concerning news, or at least there is seems to be some sort of improvement, which I have to say that in my own humble opinion that I find it very concerning, but and a lot of BS along the line. But at the same time, let's just give them the benefit of doubt, and we kind of like address every single thing. But do mind that I can be very harsh when in my criticism against Nijisanji. I mean, like, throughout my years on criticizing Nijisanji, most of the time it's just full of BS, at least from how I look at it. Like, they say, oh, we're gonna improve, but I never see the improvement at all. But even so, we are still going to address every single thing that Khyo actually put out in his video. So if you guys are actually interested to see every single point that Khyo say out, do go and check out his video. He do say everything out, but I will only address in this video a few points. So if you guys want to know more, you can go ahead and watch his video first before coming back here, but I will be just addressing the few points. And in regards to where do Khyo source his Twitter, there is link to it in the description below, so yeah, everything is down there, and it's quite a lot. But main source of information actually came from Suzuki-san, which actually do talk the whole list of it, but everything is in Japanese, so I have to actually read through most of the information in Japanese before I pick up those that I find things that we can highlight, but also very concerning at the same time. So that being out of the way, we will highlight the number one thing that they claim as such is that in their information they put out that there is so-called increase as compared to the past, and based on the information, it seems like that chat or that graph is kind of like being put into question, because the thing is, right, the information they put out is actually information that they compare from the past to now, and a lot of people actually kind of wondering, is it really true? Because they claim that they're having a lot of increase in revenue or viewers along the line, which is not false if you are actually compared to like when they first started out. But when you are comparing now, the current situation, that graph is basically useless. It's a piece of so I have to kind of like manually blur my own voice. But the thing is, right, when that actually happened, it's actually more so that when you have a graph that seems to show improvement, and you compare it to current now, people are questioning that graph, like how true it is, because a lot of people know that the Nijisanji viewers or CCV or whatever, like, it had been on the downtrend, they have been going down. So why are they showing a graph that is improving? So that actually got a lot of people questioning, as well as that people giving the benefit of doubt, especially when they actually come up with the idea that it seems like the Nijisanji company or the stock market, the stock market seems to be in line with another VTuber agency called UM, and initially it do come out as one of the top one, and then out of nowhere they actually go on the decline. And it is logical, because the thing is, right, it's not the first time when you look at the stock market of Nijisanji, it seems to be very high, and now it's on the downward trend. And the downward trend actually more so due to what the practice of Nijisanji seems to be released to the public, the leak of the contract, the behavior of the internal working environment, as well as a lot of graduated VTuber or talents that used to be in Nijisanji actually step forward and kind of like say something along the line about what happened. Even more so that the latest one, Michi, link in the description below, that she said a lot of things about Nijisanji, and actually more so that the very concerning thing is that clip actually got taken down due to YouTube violation apparently, which that seems to be a very iffy way of taking down a video, but more on that later on. But the one thing is that it actually seems to be very concerning is that a lot of people seems to be aware that Nijisanji is on the decline, and Nijisanji actually claim they are aware of it. So they are actually coming out with a lot of countermeasure as well as ways to improve, and actually more so that it seems that they are aware that they have a lot of loss in trust in their product, which they did address, and I feel that is a very good thing. I'm not defending Nijisanji, but I feel that that is a good thing that at least they are aware of it. But the one thing that actually got me a bit more concerned is that because what they say later on get me even like pissed off, and I feel like the whatever they say right now is just from seeming legit to just basically BS. And what is that? Well, technically, actually, the most situation that we have to address is that when they do say that, oh, we are aware that we are losing a lot of trust. We got the graph seems to be like posting, and people are aware that the graph seems to be on the decline. The thing is, right, when they say that maybe it's just that our culture seems to be different, the thing that is not appealing to the overseas along the line, and that it seems like there is not enough support for their talents along the line, which seems to be like it's just more than that. If they are aware of it, why in the past they even like created the Korean and the Indonesian, and yet they just end it along the line? It's like they say that, oh, it's actually difficult along the line, yet they fail to address that it's basically the toxic environment within the company, as well as that they claim there is no favoritism or whatsoever, yet a lot of time it seems that it's favoritism based on the sponsorship stuff, based on the things that is being put forward. It's like it's so damn stupid obvious, yet they just closing one eye and cover their ear and say la 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 la, there's nothing wrong with it. So all in all, which is full of BS, at least to me. But more so that when they actually do address that, right now they say that they are also they claim that there seems to be quite a lot of fan, and actually more so like I wonder where are all most of the fan. I mean, like they already lose a majority of their fan already, so they still claim that they are happy that it's a lot of fans. So it's actually kind of like, based on what I do think, is that very likely they actually think they are aware that they have a lot of fan loss already. The count is very obvious. The CCV is very obvious, and yet they think that, oh, it's just a loss of trust. I mean, like, dude, seriously, Nijisanji, it's not just a loss of trust. It's actually basically the promises you guys failed to deliver, and you guys like I mean, like I was kind of happy when I think it was Ike-san or Il-san, however you guys want to call him, is that he actually did call out a lot of his problematic fan, which I think that's a good thing. And I know some people will say like that's just kind of like a suicide way of ending his career, because you call out your own fan. Dude, if you don't call it right now, that is gonna be a problem in future if you want to grow the right audience. So to me, I know some people will say that I'm being skeptical, but the thing is, right, or being hypocrite. But the thing is, right, if they don't do call out the problematic fan right now, it will become worse in the future. It's the same thing as taking out the weed, and it's just that the weed have their roots like rooted all the way to the ground. So it's the way they take it is gonna have a lot of problem, but at least if they are calling it right now, I think that's a good point. At least they are trying to improve. That is at least they are showing that they are trying to improve. They want to create a better environment for the greater audience. But on the other hand, I guess based on the backlash that he received, maybe he could have done things better. Like I mean, like, to me, I can actually say that yes, it seems a bit too harsh, but if you call out those problematic only when they start making noise, then I think it's fine. But if those people keep on doing on a daily basis, yeah, maybe you want to just indirectly call them out. That would be the better way if you want to keep them. But if you want to like ensure to that they're out of your circle, then yeah, I think what he did wasn't wrong. It's just that a lot of people just think that he's being crazy. But to me, I still giving the benefit of the doubt that he's trying to improve the community within his circle. So I think that's at least a good thing. But the one thing that actually still concerning is that the support those people are still receiving, because the thing is, right, that is just only kind of like trying to so-called gain back the trust. Like he's trying to tell everyone that, hey, I'm removing all my problematic fans, so please come back to me. I'm not sure how easy it to gain back the fan, because I had lost a lot of Japanese fan back in the past when I was a JP liver. But right now, I don't think I have any like intention to gain back the fan from that because of the incident back then. So I'm not sure will I gain back them or not, but it's really kind of like showing that if I do gain back Japanese friend, then that's good. But if I don't, a bit that just feel like I don't have a market on that. It's just basically that's how it seems. And taking that into consideration is also the reason why if we go back to the previous case about the people questioning about the Korean branch or the Indonesian branch along the line, like they think that it doesn't seem to be working for them, and they just say that they move on from it. But even so, the question is still doesn't stop that they are a company, and why did they not show like the support? Like they claim they are creating a new support system right now to help everyone with equal standing, yet it doesn't. Why didn't they come up with this system back then? Why now only? Like only after every hoo-ha whatsoever along the line that they start adding this kind of improvement. Like it's like they are a company for around 5 years, 7 years along the line, and yet they don't have that system back then. And more so that the support system is like they don't even care about their talent, and they say that there is no favoritism, yet a lot of things that people seems to say that, hey, it seems like there is some sort of favoritism along the line. So that got a lot of people questioning, like, is that really true? And which the reason why I say it seemed very BS to me. But all in all, we can't really say that are they not improving. If this new support system really do seems to be showing to help the talents, then we can definitely give them the benefit of doubt and hope that they will improve along the line. But at the time, at this point, is give a wait and see approach, and only time will tell. So for now, we will just leave like the support issue on that hopefully they will improve, but we won't know until for time tell. So yeah, it's really hard to know about this situation. But another concerning thing he did highlight at the end, like the CEO Riku-san, he actually kind of highlight at the end, is that apparently based on despite the laws on trust, they also seems to be like having the idea that maybe it's because of slander online. I'm not sure in what their definition of slander, because the thing is, right, a lot of the so-called slander are actually basically people like me or Khyo-san or For-san who is criticizing the company and hoping for them to improve. I mean, like, you can ask Khyo-san, you can ask For-san, you can ask even the one who do a lot every single time service-san. He do Nijisanji related video where he criticized a lot of Nijisanji, and yeah, he also give the benefit of doubt and actually support a lot of the things that Nijisanji did. So all in all, that we are actually people who criticizing Nijisanji as a company, not because we hate it. It's actually more so that we hope for the best. Because the thing is, right, if we hate it, we'll just kind of like just talk all the bad thing about Nijisanji and don't even talk about the good things. If we talk about a few good things, it's proving that they are listening and they are improving, and we will give our support based on that. But again, like I mentioned, they really kind of like, for my case, they lost a lot of my trust already. It's really hard to gain back that trust. I mean, like, think about it. They've broken the mirror or they've broken the glass a lot of time to the point that it became so many tiny pieces. Putting that together, is it really that easy? I mean, like, they are right now they are trying to put back a broken mirror, a broken glass, and it's really, really hard to kind of like have the idea that what they did, is it really able to gain our trust back along the line? Is, to me, I think it's not easy. And even if put back together, you can still see the crack. There's no way you can put back a broken mirror without seeing the crack in the first place, unless there is new technology able to remove that crack. But removing that crack is near impossible. So the problem is that based on what they say, they are trying to allies with overseas lawyers to kind of like like trying to counter those so-called slander. And the moment that they say that, it's actually very, very concerning, because based on what they claim, how much would they indicate as slander, and what is their definition of slander? If we are giving a criticism based on fact and based on what they put out, then I think that's a huge problem. Because the thing is, right, a lot of things that I say, like for example, like I think a lot of things they seem to be BS, is the reason why is that the information they put up seems to contradict with their own things. Like they claim that they will improve, but yet over these few months after the termination of Selen Tatsuki, there seems to be not much improvement. They doesn't, like, a lot of their talent seems to be off on whenever they lie, and as well as that some of the talents that they have apparently broken the contract multiple times, yet the company seems to be not even care about it. And it's really questioning like what is the company trying to prove. Like if you want us to gain back the trust, you should be going like doing a lot of things that show us that yes, you are in changing, you are improving. But so far till now there seems to be no improvement at all. And the one thing that seems to be showing a lot is that the loss of count, the loss of viewers, the loss of everything, including the loss of their talents. As for right now, there is quite a few talents, especially and amazingly is from the JP side, more so the Ichitala era, which is basically when they are before the company now is now known as Anytala or Nijisanji. The company itself in the past was called Ichitala or One Tala, which a lot of people claim that One Tala is black. Let's be real, guys. It's already known as a black company right now. Kuro Kaisha desu yo ne. As for right now, they say that based on Riku comment, is that they say that there's a lot of different reason for it. They try to apparently have a meeting or have a talk with the talents, and they come to understanding that the other person seems to be like they don't feel like they want to be a VTuber along the line, or they claim that they want to do other thing along the line, and that they want to just end the contract or graduate along the line. So they think it's not a good thing. But again, like I mentioned, it doesn't seem like Hololive had a lot of their past talent wanted to graduate. Like the oldest member that get out of Hololive is Mel-san. Is that her case was actually more unique. Is that she doesn't want to graduate. Her case was a termination because there was a breach of contract, and that she knows she did wrong, and they have to terminate her contract. And yet, when you ask, like, if any of the other talents know that it's very F out, they will leave. But it's because the company know and have a talk with them, and they are aware of it, and they trust the company, which is the reason why they stay. If not, a lot of Hololive members were gone by now. But yet, right now, a lot of like Nijisanji VTuber feel like there is no trust in the company. That is like they feel like there is no point for them to stay, and that's the reason why they decided to graduate. So this alone, like, can be taken as a speculation that they wish not to stay in the company, and it actually will backfire on Riku comment if they say that they wish not to be a VTuber, yet if they graduate and they become the VTuber later on themselves, yeah, prove a lot of things. So all in all, I would say that this is not a very good comment. I wouldn't say it's bad because it's standard way of saying it, but the way he claimed as such is that if they say that a lot of graduation people wish not to become a VTuber, yet if they become a VTuber, yeah, there's a lot of things. So right now they are using like the comment is based on the Japan VTuber who is set to graduate or is going to graduate soon, or already graduated. It's based on that. Now, the reason why I say it will also backfire on him is that a few of the EN VTuber, that question can also highlight to them. So if we go with like Mr. Ray or Nina or some of the like Mika, as well as a few other people, Pomu, the most understandable VTuber that we know, if all of them graduated, they claim they don't want to be a VTuber, but when they come back not as a live streamer of a face cam streamer, but they come, well, except for Kuro, but if they come back as a VTuber, yeah, it kind of contradicts his statement along the line. So this is one of the reasons why I say it seems very BS to me, because he said that, oh, they don't want to be a VTuber, yet they come back, they graduate and they come back as a VTuber. Yeah, tell a lot of story, yeah. So this comment, it's not that I'm trying to criticize him or slander him, it's just that what he say seems to contradict with a lot of things that is happening right now. A lot of the graduated people just come back as a VTuber. It's like if they want to graduate and don't be a VTuber or be a streamer, they would do other things, but it's just that because they come back as a VTuber, it kind of contradicts his comment in halfway. So I kind of like going to give him the benefit. I'm not going to give him the benefit of doubt. I just think that there is just a standard way of replying, saying that, oh, whatsoever along the line. And yet a lot of people say that it's just a matter of time that a lot of the talents will start graduating. Now, they claim that it's a support system. Nijisanji claimed that it's a support system that will try to ensure the talents will stay as long as possible. They're trying to aim for mid to long term talents, as well as that each support will be given exclusively to each individually, as well as there is no favoritism apparently, but yeah, everyone seems that yeah, seems very unlikely now. So all in all, we still have to give them the benefit of a lot of situation, a lot of things. We're still not sure how the thing will be, the support will be, but again, like I mentioned, if the support is able to convince the people to the talents or the VTuber to stay longer, then I think that would be a good thing. But we're still not sure how the support will go about it, because if the talents choose to stay, again I mentioned, they are responsible adult. They know what they do. Whatever they do is on them. But on the other hand, we still need to give a wait and see approach for that. Again, like I mentioned earlier. So it's really something that we have to be careful. And again, will there be further more graduation? Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe I don't know. But if there are some people who actually come to ask me in real life, and as well as in DM or live stream, is that will there be furthermore people getting into Nijisanji? And I actually just say it is very likely. It's just that I'm at the same time it's also unlikely. A lot of people, the reason why I kind of give that is that a lot of people tend to forget that it's actually another so-called that is belong to Nijisanji. It's basically the virtual talent academy, or the VTA, which is actually a so-called the so-called junior, the middle school, or the junior high before going into VTubing. So they are actually more so of people who is actually belonging to, like they learn the rope, they learn the experience, and then they became part of the main group, the Nijisanji. So it is a thing. A lot of people tend to forget about this, and there is also cases of people who is applying through audition. So if you actually consider that there is still 2 routes to enter Nijisanji, even if the contract is F out, that they still show that there are people who is willing to enter Nijisanji. I mean, like, look at the latest new wave, and they claim that it's gonna be a new wave apparently. So if they are able to have that situation come out where people is applying to Nijisanji, or even there is like being sent to Nijisanji along the line, then I don't think Nijisanji will be worrying about too much graduation, because the question at that time was asking like, how are they going to counter the graduation if there is no one getting in, because the new way seems to be decreasing, and people say, oh, they also kind of like ask the question like, that doesn't seem to be like actual support for veteran despite them concentrating on new wave. And this is very, very true, because they keep thinking about getting new people into Nijisanji, and whoever clicks stay, whoever don't click get out along the line. It's really very concerning, and more so that based on the VTA, they actually also say that a lot of them actually got out because there is a breach of contract, or they never feel to follow the rule along the line. And along that, they are trying to apparently nurture people to stay for mid to long term. The question in line is like, what is their mid to long term? It's like, are they going to make sure that the talent stay for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Because that alone will kind of like get a lot of people questioning like, what the hell are they even trying to prove? So, and actually more so is that if they are trying to be concentrating more, like they are focusing themselves into the new wave, the question a lot of people actually worry is about the old wave, which is basically the veteran. And a lot of time people always say that Nijisanji have a very tendency to forget whose talent they have, and it shown on the, like, recent case about like some of the talents that is very into like that some of the things or the sponsorship, instead of giving it to them, the right people, they give it to another talent which is basically very, very big already. Sorry, my house nearby is having construction renovation along the line, so yeah, you'll be hearing. I'm sorry about that. But the one thing is, right, a lot of things they seem to be even forgetting their own talent. Even the dog and cat they forget they have a freaking dog VTuber. True, there's a freaking inner VTuber in their group, and they were like, oh, dog and cat day. Everyone just became a Nekomimi. The animal years or Nekomimi or whatever year one you want to call Mimi, one you want to call it along the line. It's actually more so the Kemono Mini, but actually more so when you think about it, right? It's kind of weird that people always have the idea that Nijisanji care about the talents, but yet they forget they have the whatever talent there is. So all in all, that is also another reason why I say it's full of BS. But also I also kind of find it that it seems to be concerning that how would they nurture the talents if they kind of like do the brainwashing like a black company, yeah, get them out of there. But again, I mentioned if they think they are right in the company and they even if they have been so-called brainwashed too deeply already, then it's on them. We can't help them anymore. If anyone say that we should help them, I don't think I have the time and effort to help every single one, because I do not know every single one of them. I do not know their situation individually, so hard to say. But again, I mentioned time will tell, and only then will we know what actually truly happened. I think last thing that we do want to highlight, that I personally want to highlight, is that apparently they do get in a new person now, which seems to be very experienced on game, like he had worked in game industry along the line. So based on that situation, I'm not sure about this person personally. I mean, like, if he's a well-known person, I'm my apology, because I do not know a lot of people. But there is a few things that I have to highlight why I feel like there seems to be a very concerning thing, is that based on the information based on the job history, a lot of people may not be aware is that this person actually had worked in game industry for a few years. And when I say a few years, not too much, all right? And one of the things a lot of people may not be aware is that the information what I said is very concerning, is that if the person is like, okay, let's give the benefit of doubt. If the person is like people who is aware of VTubing industry or game industry, and that he feel like the person entering the company will help to contribute to the company, I think that should be a good thing, and it's not wrong. But the reason why I say it's very concerning is that if anyone who do know that this person just jump from a few company in a way, like it seems like, why is the person jumping to company, and more so that this person is in the company for since 2020. So the reason why I say it's very concerning is that the person had jumped from Cry Game, DMN Game, as well as Sega Games, and it doesn't seem to me that he stayed long in those company. So I'm not sure how experienced the person is. I mean, like, to them, it's like, oh, you work in this company, good, we hire you along the line. The reason why I say it's very concerning is that a lot of people may not be aware is that when a person jumps ship a lot, it came to need to question, like, why did the person jump ship? Like, is it that the company itself got problem, or is it the person itself got problem? It's either one of these two. So I'm not sure this person is himself, so I can't give my full take on that, because if going into that would be into slander or defamation situation. So I'm giving the benefit of doubt that if the person is helping to improve the Nijisanji, I think that would be a good thing. But again, this is a very concerning information to people out there. The person actually kind of jumped ship 3 different big companies easily. So I will give that to you guys to speculate. This is something that I feel like I don't want to talk about, as well as that it's very concerning. But I'm not sure because the thing is that based on the person is that this person had worked in the company since 2019 2020 along the line. I'm not sure, and based on that, right? If Nijisanji had been on the decline since him entering the company, yeah, that tell a lot of story. But if they claim that this person seems to be have a lot of experience on it, then I'll give the benefit of doubt for now. But again, like I mentioned, that this one do sells seem to have a lot of so-called sassiness to it. So who knows? Something to look out for you guys, and the reason why I say it's very concerning. Another last thing before I close out is that they claim that based on the company thing is that they are using their so-called money or stock or whatever to apparently improve the studio, and it is not a thing now anymore. I mean, like they basically make it well-known public stuff along the line. So based on what they say, that they are trying to so-called improve on the support as well as having the better studio a bit so that it can accommodate to all the talents along the line. To what extent I do not know. But one of the things that I'm actually very concerned is that how like it's a thing that they use a so-called a former studio or a rental studio initially before they take it over, and now instead of like building a new one with like HoloLive situation, they kind of like revenate is the old one and make it into a new one. It is not unheard of doing revenation to an old studio. It's much cheaper apparently, but to what extent I do not know. They say that it became 3 times bigger, 3 times wider based on the Japanese term. To what extent will it start working? They also kind of like highlight that it will be done by the autumn period, so it should be soon around this year unless they claim it next year. So not sure. But the thing is, right? The issue is about the studio itself. I mean, like they claim that it is to accommodate to everyone. I do not know like how well will it be used for the talents. If it help to get more if like most video out or to help the talents along the line, I think that's a good thing. That's a very good support. But again, I mentioned this seems like trying to go after HoloLive, HoloStar production because they have a 2.7 billion yen studio, which a lot of people is well aware of, and it seems like they don't want to lose out. I will find it funny if they claim that it's a 3 billion studio, or way more than the one that HoloLive worth along the line. But who knows? I mean, like if they claim that it's more than 2.7 billion Japanese yen, yeah, they're trying to win. They're trying to win. But the one thing that okay, there's still something that I'm still not sure is that why concentrate on the studio when they should be concentrating on their talents. Like the issue with the reason why I say it's very concerning is that if they put too much effort into the studio and not into the talents, and that is a very concerning thing. But again, I mentioned they seems to have a new support system to help the talents, so maybe that's a good thing. But again, the one thing that the reason why they say is very the thing they say I find it very concerning is that the investor actually did ask about why not invest in that, and the CEO Riku-san actually replied that they are using the money to improve the studio so that is their main point because it's for future expansion, even though they fail to expand to a lot of country. Now, the second question actually did ask was that why not invest in human resource to ensure a better flow of work, to ensure the support that each talent receive will be there, and that was so-called pushed aside, and that's the reason why I say it's very concerning. This because he said that there is a support team already. They say that it will be under the operation expenses, and yet why are they not showing the support situation like back then and right now, and more so that is the way he said it seems to be pushing it away. I mean, like, there's a lot of human resource you have to think about. 3D artists or artwork or creepers if they really want to go that route, as well as a lot of writers, songwriter, especially, or along the line. Like, if they want to do outsourcing, how reliable are the outsource? Are you just going to outsource every single thing along the line? Who knows? But if they're gonna just focus on the studio and new wave, yeah, a lot of concerning about all the veterans. I mean, like, if some of them decided to graduate, especially those people from the Ichitaro era, tell a lot of story. But again, I have to tell you guys one thing: a lot of things I do say can be taken as a speculative thought. The Geo also kind of like add as an alarm to end the stream. I mean, like, I do talk a lot, 35 minutes a lot already. So yeah, that being said, I do take a lot of things that I say with pins of salt and throw the salt at the screen if you need to. It is all just a random chat. But anyway, if you do like this video and want to listen to more, don't forget to press the like button as well as the subscribe button to check out back on more of the random chat video or stuff that I sometimes don't, whatever I say seems to not make sense. Or sometimes if you do want, go and check out some of my past video. A lot of things I do talk about Nijisanji or other things like manga, anime, or whatsoever along the line. But in any case, I hope you guys have a nice day online. Bye!